Howdy, 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 everybody. Theresa here. It is December 12th, 19, wow, 2015, Saturday morning. It is 11:09 a.m. here in central Wyoming. It is snowing out right now. It is 31 degrees. Real feel temperature is 22. The high will be 35 and the low is 20. And then we're supposed to get, tomorrow supposed to be sunny. Still, high will be 39, and then we're supposed to get more snow. So, remember I said we hadn't had much snow at all? I know. It's my fault. It is pretty, though. It is pretty. Very Christmassy, if you will. I need to have a drink of coffee. Grab your coffee. I poured myself a cup. Then I was fiddle farting around with the animals and stuff like I do. And I haven't even had a drink of it. So, shall we? I need to have some coffee. So good. Love my coffee. That first hit in the morning, just We always drink a dark roast. So, anyway, what did we do last night? Brad did not work late last night. We made tacos. I did, drum roll please, I did indeed get the yarn sorted through, the partial skeins pulled, that there were no more of, and all the yarn ready for the new yarn to come in. And then I put in a small white laundry basket all the partial skein, put it in my front closet here, because as soon as I finish this order, I will start working on all the hats. I still have probably 4 or 5 hats already done, but, so I'll get working on that. And I also did get his presents wrapped. So, I can't show you guys anything that comes in for him because, I know he watches my video, so. And then I was really kind of perplexed. Like I said, we have this 3-foot little fiber optic tray that we've been using for years. Works great for us. When it changes its color patterns and stuff, it may have different discs. And we put it always up high because, we have cats and we have dogs and, when the grandkids were smaller. So then you don't have the room underneath the classic Christmas tree for presents. And even if you did, my cats would mess with the paper and ended up opening it. So I got one of those great big totes, the square totes or rectangle totes that is semi-clear. Because when I was going through the yarn, I had thrown a bunch of yarn in one, cleaned that all out, and that's what as I wrapped my husband's present, I just set the presents down in there. I also like to keep separate the presents that are going out of the house, like for my grandchildren and my daughters. So we don't get them mixed. So that works out terrific. And I'm able to set that up high, up on a stool, and it doesn't look messy either. Yesterday I was sitting there at the desk, and I was wrapping my husband's presents. Well, I was using some curling ribbon, to decorate packages, and my one cat was just going crazy. So finally I just curled him up a big piece of ribbon and threw it on the floor so he'd leave me alone for a while. But, so yeah, I got that stuff done. Like I said, we made tacos. I always cut up everything, and he always does the meat and stuff. And then, we just kind of piddle-farted around. I worked some more on that scarf. I'm almost done with the scarf, except for putting the fringes on it. As you can see, it is quite long. I got to finish this color, do another section of white, and then a red, and a tiny section of white, and then all I have to do is put fringes on this, and then I'll make the hat today, and it'll ship out on Tuesday. All my, like I said, all my packages and presents, everything else is already shipped out. I got a few cards that'll go Tuesday with this shipment. You know, holiday cards have come in. I've saved the addresses to ship those. You know, ship more out. I was looking for my card. My envelope. I don't see it. I'll have to. I know I have it. Today, I think I'm just gonna work on the looming. I may vacuum and stuff later on. I'm not sure. I don't have to. I can either do it today or tomorrow. Either way. And my husband wanted to go out to dinner tonight. Inexpensive, you know. But he wanted to go to a sit-down restaurant stuff. Because things have been really hard on us for, you know, quite a few months now. And, you know, he wanted to take me out to dinner because, you know, he said you always make the best of it and without, you know, without complaining to him and stuff. And we got a wonderful he got paid for some work that had been done throughout the year at his job. Yeah, his Christmas bonus, and also he used the rest of his vacation time because we were short, so we can make up. See, we were a house payment behind, and then, you know, this house payment coming up, and we're like, you know, what are we gonna do? Because, you know, we weren't sure what we were gonna do because it didn't look like we were gonna be able to make it. Well, we can. We'll be able to make up the house payment we missed and the current house payment, and we're very happy about that because you know, we want to sell this house because whatever we get over and above, you know, what we still owe on this house, is going to be what we start over with in Florida. So, you know, nobody wants to feel like they may be homeless. I mean, you know, I don't know how long it takes for them to foreclose on a house, you know, but you don't want to be sitting there holding your breath wondering, you know, and we worked hard to keep this house all these years. Anyway, so I'm not sure if we will or not, depends on how bad the snow gets. If the snow is real bad, I'll beg to stay home. We'll see. I mean, it would be pretty to look at lights and stuff in this, and it would be nice to go out, but if we don't, I'm okay too. I'm just very happy we can pay those house payments, and you know, you guys know what I'm talking about. You know, and we've paid cash for everything we bought for Christmas, which, like I said, we keep it small, and we search on deals. Speaking of which, anybody know where you can buy the cheaper, you know, is there a site you guys use that are diabetics to buy your testing strips? I need to buy more testing strips. I had no idea they were so much. Our pharmacy said it was going to be $40, and we used the Abbott Freestyle Light test strips. They come in a yellow canister. Trying to buy some as cheap as possible, you know, because there's two of us that test every day, and so I was going to ask some of you guys, you know, where you guys go. Another thing I discovered is I ate some peanut butter last night on a rice cake. Every time I eat peanut butter, it really spikes up my glucose number. I mean, it wasn't anything to be alarmed at. It was 129, but the previous day it was 103, so I need to stay away from peanut butter. But yeah, that's all I got going on. I'm just going to watch some Christmas music and do some looming and, snuggle in with the dogs and enjoy our electric fireplace and, be thankful. Feel very grateful and very humble. Um, uh, for my friends and for my husband, for what family I do have, for my life, for my animals, for having a home. That's one thing, dealing with homeless shelter and agencies to help the homeless. It makes you really, really grateful for any kind of a roof you have over your head and that you have anything in your cupboard to eat. Nobody should go hungry. A friend of mine is in a tough spot. I won't go into detail because I won't invade her privacy. I wanted to meet her in town last night and give her some money for food. She wouldn't take it, but I just hate seeing anybody hungry. I would have gone to her home and given it to her, but I don't know exactly where she lives. So, but she said she was okay. But gosh, I hate that. Anyway, that's all I really got going on. What is one of you guys' fondest, let's say, memory of, I'm trying to think of what fondest memory of helping somebody out as a child. Do you have one? Get back with me on that. I'll have to sit and think about it too. And then I'll tell you guys tomorrow what it is. I'll have to sit and think about that. My mother was not a charitable person, so she would very much like to snub her nose at people that were less fortunate, like they had done something wrong and deserved it. That just kind of speaks for her character across the board anyway. I have to sit and think about that though. Another question for you what is your most vivid and precious Christmas miracle that ever happened to you? Get back with me and tell me on that one too. Mine is, now that one comes to mind right away, this is before I met my current husband. I've been married twice. And this one I'm keeping. I've been married to him for over 27 years. But this was the Christmas right before I met him. I was going through a divorce. I was completely alone with two little girls. And they were, my youngest was not quite 2, and my oldest was 4 years old, the girls. And I had to quit my job because I could not find childcare at night. And the gal that was watching my children, I arrived to pick up my children a couple hours early one day, and she had them locked in her house with her daughter, who was only 5. Just as I was getting ready to use a rock to break open this big picture window, because I can see both my girls in the front room. They're crying, they want me, and they're scared and stuff. She pulled up. The last time I took my children to her. I couldn't find childcare. I worked at a fast food place at night. I ended up quitting. And I had a vehicle, an old station wagon, rear wheel drive, which on the snow was horrible, that had no heater that worked in it. So I could only drive it in the daytime. I'd have to bundle my children up super, super, super warm, and I'd have to roll down windows, or else they would just fog up. I had no money at all. We'd spent Thanksgiving alone. And we just had turkey TV dinner. And, really, really stressed out. It ended about 4 days before Christmas. I had finally gone down to the welfare office and applied for their program, which included food stamps. And 4 days before Christmas, at that point in time, the food stamp still came in a paper coupon book. You had to sign for them. The postman would come, and you had to sign for these. We'll knock on the door. I answered the door, and it was him, and he had me sign. The kids and I were so excited that we danced around that front room. You would have thought we won the lotto. And it sure felt like it. We had gotten food stamps, which meant then we could have a Christmas dinner, which I bought us a small chicken and but I made a full Christmas dinner for just the three of us. And I remember that Christmas, they were still small enough stuff that, even the dollar Barbies they were happy with, and I got them each a coloring book and a box of crayons, and, I think I spent $5 on each of them, but I remember just being so excited and so blessed that I gotten food stamps, and it meant we could go to the store, and that's, when I met my husband, I was on the food stamps, and all the other checkers would treat you very nasty in this store he worked at if you were on food stamps. He was the only one that didn't, and I'll tell that story another time. Because I don't want to make this too awfully long, but yeah, that was one of my most cherished. And I remember as a kid, I would save up all of my money for, babysitting and stuff to buy gifts. And I remember taking over plates of cookies. I remember one time my mom told me to take this plate of cookie over to a neighbor that, that lived like 3-4 houses up. And I took it over to some neighbors that were about 2 blocks away, an elderly couple that I knew didn't have anything at all, because I had gone to their house to sell Girl Scout cookies, and I took them over there and gave those to them, and they were so excited. And I remember the elderly lady almost cried and stuff. Sure, I got in trouble later if my mom found out I didn't give the cookies to the right people, but I remember they were so happy and excited. He didn't come to the door, she did, but just the shock and stuff, So, anyway, those are my memories. I'm gonna get off here, get some stuff done, and find a Christmas movie. I hope you all are doing great. And remember that I cherish you guys and I love you guys. I think you're awesome. And I will talk to you tomorrow.